Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm heading back to the St. Clair River to vertical jig some walleyes. I'm going to show you the gear I use along with a few other tips to help you put fish in the boat. Let's go. Fish on. All right, let's try and get this in the boat, huh? And here we go. All right, got it in the boat. That's good. Still working on this netting by myself thing. But here we go, first fish in the boat. A little small, I'm gonna have to measure it up. Yeah, first fish right here. Let me, I got a bump board right here. We'll measure it up, see if it's good. And it is just by about 1/8 of an inch. About 15 1/8 there. So we're on the board, that's fish number one. I'm gonna throw him in the box, and then I'm going to show you what kind of gear I'm using here to do this, so stick around. All right, guys, got one fish in the boat, so I'm going to go over the gear I'm using right now. Rod-wise, I have a Fenwick Elite Tech Walleye Edition rod here. This is a 5'9" version. It comes in a variety of different lengths, but for vertical jigging, most likely you're going to find rods between 5'9" and 6'3". Your most typical is going to be a 6-foot rod. If you're looking to just buy your first vertical jigging rod, I would probably recommend a 6-foot rod. It's going to give you the most advantage between a shorter or a longer rod. For the shorter rod, I like the shorter rod because it's easier to operate in the boat. I have the center console here that kind of gets in the way sometimes. But for jigging purposes, its main reason is for sensitivity. A shorter rod is going to give you more sensitivity with your lure. You're going to feel subtle bites. It may not seem like it, but it's physics. The shorter rod, it's less travel for those strikes to hit your hand before you feel them. The advantages of a longer rod is that you're going to have better hook sets. So when that fish does bite and you wail on it with a 6'3" rod, you're going to get a much better hook set than you will with a 5'9" rod. If you're out here late April, early May, like I am today, or even later into the season, a longer rod's probably going to be more sufficient for you, just because those fish aren't as subtle. If you're fishing early, they're more subtle bites. If you're fishing late, mid to late March, early April, when those fish are kind of finicky and they're short strike and stuff, the shorter rod might be more of an advantage because you'll feel those type of bites and be able to get a quick hook set on them. Reel wise, what I'm using is a Pflueger President. It's a size 30. You don't need anything big on these. I actually, just get a small reel. When you're holding that rod, in your jigging hand with your position, that rod should be horizontal, so it's well balanced. You're not going to get tired just jigging this thing all day, or a couple hours, however long you're out here. So that's one of the advantages to having a smaller reel, is if you're jigging all day, your arm's not going to get as tired. Fill this thing up with some braided line, high visibility. That is important because you want to be able to see your line to be able to keep it vertical. I'm using, this is Berkley Fireline. It's 8-pound test. I'd recommend 6 to 8-pound test. I think it's pretty standard. I think most guys vertical jigging would agree with that. Maybe some might not, but everyone's different. Use what you're comfortable with. And one thing I do, this is always debated, but I do tie a leader on, a fluorocarbon leader, also 8-pound test. And typically what I do is I start out with a leader in the beginning of the season. By the time this leader is gone, I'm ready to tie the braid direct to the lure. Everyone's different. Everyone's got their own preference. I like it just, if the fish can't see it, they're not affected by it. You never really know if a fish can see the braid or not while you're down there. So, but whatever you're comfortable with, as always. And jig wise, 3/4 ounce jig. Today I'm using a black and green, and I like the black and green on a day like today where the sun's coming in and then there's clouds moving in. You have a mixture of overcast and bright and sunny. So I prefer to use darker colors on overcast, rainy days, and I prefer to use bright colors on bright, sunny days. And today there's a mixture of both, so I'm using a bright and dark lure at the same time. So I'm gonna get back to fishing. Let's go catch some fish. Hooked up. Same spot too. How about that? That's one of the keys here when you are doing this. If you're just getting started, when you first find the fish, just keep going back over that hole over and over again. That one came off of the net too. Yeah, just keep going over that hole. You know, you pick up a fish, look at the shore, mark where you're at, go back up, go over that hole. There's more than one down there, and the best way to fill the box up is to just keep going over those same holes. I'm gonna measure this one up. We'll make sure he's good after I pick him up off the floor. And oh yeah, this guy's good. 16 inches. So all right, number 2 in the boat. Let's keep fishing. Fish on. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, good eater-sized walleyes today. I like that. But yeah, so basically what I'm doing today is just going over the same spot, one after another. This guy. It's another close one. And you know what? I'm going to say this guy's too small. So he gets a free pass today. His tail's kind of hitting the 15, but I'm not going to trust it. So we're going to let him go. There, he's off. But basically what I'm doing is I'm out here. I found a spot. I've never fished this particular spot before. So I wanted to make this video as authentic as possible. Basically what I did is went on the Fish Smart app on my phone and kind of looked for areas in the river that I thought would hold fish. And one of the ways I do that is by finding these areas where the drop-off drops to a certain depth that I like the fish, and then as I drift over that, you have a deep hole behind it. And typically what I've found is, and what I'm finding today, is that these fish they sit in those holes. They're current breaks, and they just wait for bait fish to come over. They jump out and attack them. So that's kind of the thing today. That's what I've tried, and it seems to be working. That was the 3rd fish, but unfortunately it was too small, so I went back. But I'm gonna get back at it, keep fishing. Yeah, trying to find those spots. That's what every fisherman wants, right? They always want to know, where's the spot? Where's the spot? Well, that's how I find the spots. So I encourage you to try that. If you're looking to launch someplace, what I'm going to tell you is I'm fishing on the U.S. side today, and basically there's launches: Port Huron, Marysville, St. Clair, Marine City, Algonac, all up and down the St. Clair River. Just pick one. One of the things you can do is come out here, look to see where the boats are. Now, there's not a lot of boats right here. It's not a major hole, apparently. There's a few boats out here, but it doesn't seem to be a major spot. And but find out where you're going to launch, and then look for those little areas, like I said, those little holes in a drift line that should hold fish. That's one of the things I do, and today it seems to be working. But I'm going to try and put a few more into the box and see if it works. Hooked up. There we go. This one feels a little better. Hopefully it's a keeper. Oh yeah, that's a keeper. Oh, he came off, but I got him in the net. Wow, I got lucky there. Got lucky there. Man, that could have been worse for sure. All right, let me hook this up so I don't get tangled in it. But yeah, this is the best one so far of the day. Still good eater size, but a little bit bigger. Halfway to my limit, so I'm gonna put him in the box. And oh yeah, this one's still spawning too. I'll give you a measurement if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. 18 and a half, so yeah, he's good eaters. All right, so hopefully for any of you guys getting started, I went over the gear I use, and hopefully that gives you an idea of where to start. And I'm not saying, you know, you have to get the same stuff I have. You know, I don't even know that I'd recommend that, but everyone has different opinions. Ask around and then kind of form your own, so you end up with the most comfortable setup you can and you can afford. I would say if you're looking to spend some money, spend it in the rod. That would be my advice. Get a better rod for yourself as opposed to the reel or anything else. But I've gone over that, and I also talked about, you know, how I find my spots on the river. The rest of you who are more experienced, whether it's St. Clair River that I'm on today or the Detroit River, you're probably wondering, hey, what's the river report? That's all I care about. Well, the temperature is 44.5 degrees roughly, and it's about 2.5 foot visibility. So hopefully that helps you out in that. If that's all you're here for, then there you go. But hopefully I'll put some more fish in the boat and we'll see how this goes. Oh, fish on. Oh, damn. Lost one trying to get my phone out of my pocket, so whoever just texted me, that wasn't very nice. Dad. Hooked up. All right. Whoa, he almost flopped out of the net, out of the boat. All right, Dad, you're forgiven. I hooked one anyway. So yeah, fourth fish here. Here we go. He was just hanging on there by that stinger hook. At least that's all that's in there at the moment here. But yeah, fish number 4. Another good sized one. I'll measure this one up for you. I have this one's 18 inches also. So yeah, 4th fish in the boat. Another nice eater, and hopefully you know, this lends some encouragement to those that are just getting started. I know for more of you guys that are advanced, you know, this is old news and you probably don't care much. But if there's people out there that you know trying to get into jigging, sometimes it's overwhelming, so I'm trying to ease that. You know, the best thing you can do is just get out here and try it. So I'm gonna throw this one in the box, hopefully get 2 more, and man, I'm gonna keep it rolling. Oh, there we go. Had to stop the trolling motor. I would have ended up all over the river. This one feels like it has some weight too. He's really pulling. All right. Whoop. Come on, get in there. fish number 5. I'm gonna put it in the box. Look for one more. Man, these things are milking. I'll measure this one up for you too, just to another 18-incher. Another 18-incher. There we go. All right. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. So I want to apologize first on that that last fish. My second camera here that usually gets the net shots slipped and it was pointed at the floor, so I'm guessing I didn't get any of that. But yeah, here's the last one. I'll throw it on the board real quick. And this one's 17 1/4, so yeah, all good eaters tonight. I want to thank you guys all for watching the first video and the feedback I got on it. I was very impressed by the amount of subscribers and the likes and the comments and everything, so thank you. I appreciate that. I want to remind you, if you do like these videos, to like and subscribe to the channel. And really, I just want to encourage you guys to get out here and fish. The more people that fish, the more people I have to talk about fishing with, so I enjoy that. But I'm not a professional by any means. I'm just a guy who likes to hunt, fish, and film my hunting and fishing. So keep it short and simple, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.